Alrighty, Doc here from North America. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Good evening. I'm having a hard time again with. What are we having a hard time with? We're having a hard time with J4X again. A little confused there what's going on with that, but it seems to be what it is, you know. Let me try one more time. Let me just try one more time. Yeah, see, the password is gone. Oh, we'll have to check back with Giannis on that. We can't see where the dollar index is on J4X. We can see it on Chicago Quant. It's a quiet day. The United States is closed. It's called President's Day. So that's part of the issue, I guess. What else can we say about that? I guess pretty much what it comes down to is, you know, the world is kind of probably slow at the moment. You can see the dollar index looking relatively quiet today. Let me just, yeah, that's today. That's very clear. And then we have, let's put some of the intraday up there too. Let's see. Well, let's go with the live intraday. And we'll go with that. And we'll go with, so we can bounce between intraday, live, with our main platform, and we can look at the beta, but we can't seem to get J4X up. Oh, let me check the chat line. Let's check the chat line because it's been a little wrestling match going on here with the technology. Let's see. There it is right there. Let's make sure we're up on that too at the same time. Yep. At least we're up on that. That's good. All right. So it's TGIM. Hey, Robin. You know, it's TGIM. Thank goodness it's Monday. The week has begun, and it's starting off slow. That's because we're closed in the States here. You can see, let's see, let's put it up on here on the main platform. Let's take a look at the dollar index there. Like so. Here it comes. And let's put it right there. Where's the mouse at? There it is right there. Oh, let's put the, where's it at? Right there. Right there. And let's go down to, oh, what's, one's missing. Okay, let's try that too. So here's the euro. No, I want to get the dollar index up. Let's get that dollar index up. So we'll go with opening on that too. I thought that was open. Right there, right there. Interesting. All right, and while we're waiting to get to that, let's take a look at the intraday. And there's the intraday on the British pound, but let's check out the intraday on the euro to start off with, right there. And you can see it's climbing into the weekly daily buy. It's been in the daily buy from this closing bar right there. Made a little move to the plus side and then rolled over a little bit, and we're still in the buy with no problem. But it is a quiet one. The last sell was right here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. There's the sell right there. And it had a nice little ride down. There's your last long right here. Is it there or there? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so that was the buy right there. And you can see it's kind of sloppy in its action. You know, there was your last sell, which was 1, 2, 3. So right there was your last sell. Big sell, let's say. And then it climbed into the buy for a few bars and then rolled over again. There's your next sell, and that was that ride down. So, oh, and now let's look at the dollar index itself. Nope, not right there. Let's go right to, where's that dollar index again? Right there, there it is. And no, that's the wrong one. I opened the wrong one. Close workspace. And then, ooh, look at that dip. Look at that dip out of nowhere on the euro just now. Wow. There's a good little smack going on. No, that's not right. What is that? That's intraday euro. It's taking a little dip down out of nowhere. Go over here. Open it up again. Right there, Robin 1. There's a good example. We got into the buy. It goes up a little bit. Nothing major. If you use stops and protect yourself, you have no problem. If you don't, all of a sudden they blindside you like that, and that's the uniqueness, of the whole thing to begin with. It goes into the buy right here, goes up a little bit, and then if you have a stop, where you're using logical sense, where you're willing to take X amount of loss, then what happens is, I hear something. Who's sending a message? Is that Janos, maybe? Need to get that J4X. There we are. Let's see. The J4X. Sure would like to have our J4X back, that's for sure. Yeah. All right. So there's the dollar. Oh, let's go to the big dollar index itself. Right there. Not there. Don't seem to be loading. That's interesting. What is that issue all about? There's oil. Let's go all the way down. See if we can find dollar index. Oh, still loading in. Interesting. And our day and week is there, so you can see here's the euro. There's the euro, and you can see the euro on a day-to-day basis. It's just kind of stalled. It's in a buy, but it's not doing anything, and it's on a daily basis right here. And you can see at the same time we're in a weekly sell right there, and it's trying to turn up. So we're not getting any real exciting action here, that's for sure. We are sure of that. Well, at least we have the beta. And maybe what will happen is as time goes on, it'll start to fill in on the others. And then, what I'd like to try to do is let's put like a 3 tick or a 7 tick or something like that on the dollar index. Maybe that'll work. Let's try that. So we'll go like copy, workspace. Oh, cancel. Let's try that again. File, copy, workspace, and let's get the dollar index in a very short-term tick going. Since we already see where it's at right now, pretty much just unchanged it down a tick or two. And without having the J4X today, we can't show you even more clear than the action, the actual bid and offer. Let's see, now let's paste it. And then now the euro is now in a sell. That's interesting. Let's see, N. Let's put it like that. There, and N. Yeah, looks like that. There it is. No, it's DX. That's what it is. D. There we go. I'll shrink it down. Setting. Let's see, days back 1. Ticks. Let's make it something like 27 or something like. Let's go to an extreme 23. Because it's not that liquid a product, when it comes to the trading of it. All right, now we'll just go back to, let's take a look at that euro, the way the euro is falling. So it goes into the sell right here, and what we needed to do is to basically go from here to there, or somewhere in between, a stop here, to see if it makes its money back. It's making it now, there's no doubt about that, but let's see if they keep on pressing on it and giving that action. So that's that. Now let's go over to the daily weekly of it. That's curious. There's crude oil. Crude oil is up at 79 today. Wow. Look at that. They closed it out in that buy on Friday. It's in the weekly buy. Interesting to see the crude do that. There's no copper there. There's no copper. There's no gold there. We may start all these things all over again. Now there's gold. Okay, so we got a gold. There's gold. Gold is trying to lift up a little bit more. It closed in the daily buy there yesterday. Let's see. Trying to find, let's see why it's being so sloppy. Let's see. There's natural gas. Yes, natural gas. It's loading in slowly. That's what it is. And then there's not the bonds yet. There's no platinum yet. There's no heating oil yet. And it's slowly catching up. Let's put it that way. Let's show you what the intraday of the, that's why it's so strange, is that the intraday, there's your intraday, and it's ticking away. And let's just give that, there's the large. You can see they gapped it up last night, or maybe it's just a run, not a gap really. And you can see it's just kind of stalled out. It's not really going anywhere. And it was ticking. I did see it ticking a little while ago. Let's see if there's any more ticking going on. It says 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven. And still at 7-Eleven. So it's not calculating now either. It has stopped. Let's take a look at this. Let's see, what can we do? Let's do this. Let's close that. Yes to all. Let's go to here, the intraday. And let's see, they're still drifting down. I'm not trusting any of this. I'm going to close it all and start over again. It's being a little funky monkey today. And then we'll go to, let's see what if any more of these things have filled in. Looks like all the currencies have filled in. There's British pound. Boy, is that dead or what? There's the Swiss up in the 88s. There's the yen. You see they're doing something here on some of them. They're filling in slow and steady. And there's CAD. I guess because of the holiday, it's just really slow. There's South African rand trying to lift up again as usual. There is the Mexican peso. That's something we don't look at anymore. When they were going to be the #1 brick in the world, it was a great thing to follow. It's a great currency. That economy is doing, as much as they have their issues, it's doing a pretty good job. They've become the #1 trading partner in the United States now. The Chinese are second. Let's see, there is NASCAD. Yep, all the currencies are working fine, like so. Let's see what the Great Experiment's doing. No one has a question, so I might as well just look at all this stuff today. Especially with being a holiday, it's really got the currency slow. Looks like they closed at, I guess they missed, was it Thursday? There's Thursday, right? Is that right? Yeah, that's Thursday. And the all-time close now is 33.2593. And right now we're trading at, let me do that again, at 25.93. Right now we're trading at 28.86. 28.86. So we're at an all-closing high at the moment. And that's an interesting thing to see. So we're going to close this. We're going to close them on and start over again. Close that. And then we're going to go close. Let's see, where is it at? We'll go to this and close that. I mean, that's the, oh, wait a minute, they're filling in. There you go. So now we have that. We didn't have the S&Ps. The S&Ps are trying to perk up. We have silver now. Okay, they're loading up slow and steady. That's what it comes down to. Let's see if we have, there's heating oil. Good, it's filling in. And we don't have to close it. Let's see where we're at. There is yep, there's the Dow Jones Industrial Average. We go down to the bonds. Look at the bonds. They're moving back. You know, they're still moving down. They were moving up a little bit, the interest rates. Now the interest rates again are not, interest rates for the last 2 trading days were moving down. Now they've moved into that mode again where the interest rates are rising again. Let's go see the dollar index now. Let's see if it has it there. There we go. And there's the dollar index. You can see that. That's really trapped in a quiet, sleepy mode also. All right, now that's that. There's the dollar. That made me happy. Without having our J4X, you can't see the bid and offer. It's kind of disappointing. We like to have that. And then from there, what we're going to do is we're going to open up the currencies again. And we'll go right to there. And this way we can see not only the intraday, but the daily. And so there is the euro. The euro is just kind of sloppy. It's it's in that daily buy for 2 days and in the weekly sell for 5 weeks, going on 6 now. Now from there, let's just double check if everything is fine. Go all the way to the bottom, and we're going to look at GBP JPY. Well, it's all good. All right, now we can go back to the euro, leave that there like that. Now let's go back to the intraday. And we'll open up the intraday. Let's go find that right there. There we go. And you can see that little sell here from the euro on the intraday basis, and it's there you go. It's kind of finally back up to the plus side there, or maybe very close. Went into the sell right there, and it didn't really make that length, but it made money. And if you put a stop in there, make sure you don't lose money. At least that's how you win the game all the time, making sure you lose less than what you make, and only controlling each trade does it. Now here is the intraday of, is that gold? You see the gold is in the sell from right there, and that's only like $3 down. And then there's crude oil. Okay, that's loading up. There is the GBP intraday cable trade, the British pound against the dollar. You see it went into the sell right there and has slid down. Now let's go to the yen. Where'd the yen go into the sell? Right there. That's all upside down. This was great. It put it into the buy right here or right there. Either one, you can take your choice. And you had a nice ride out of it. Then it went into the sell here and got all the way down to there before it got into the buy, which is okay. Good 2 opportunities. And then your next sell was right here. And it dropped for a little bit, and it's still up. Let's see how fast it gets back down to that spot right there. And while we're waiting for that on the yen, let's see if we can find how the dollar index is doing. There we go. There's the dollar index. We're using a 23. So it went into the buy here, right there. We can send it back further, and we'll do that. Let's put a 2-day in there. 2 days. It'll load up. Looks like there we go. So that was the sell there on the dollar index, and then it went into the buy right here, and that was a good win. And then went back into the sell right here and went down to there, and now it's climbed into a buy right there. See how it goes from there. It's fun to see the intraday nowadays. I kind of miss that. Not reflecting and showing our abilities here. It always has disappointed me that we don't do that. So it's just a matter of time. We got back to it. Janos pushed us into that, and I'm really glad that he did. I really miss not having that. So, all right. Where are we now? Anybody want to see anything particular? If not, I'll just keep on roaming around. I think what I'll have is a sip of the tea, too, at the same time. There we go. There we go. And then, let's see. Wow. Good for them. All right. So from there, we go over to, let's see. What are we looking at? We're looking at the intraday. And it's neat. We have the intraday dollar index up there now. It's a very small ticking thing, so it's cool. You know, when we're using the most extreme of the 0.23 or 228. You know, either way you want to round it out. But that's a good tool there. It fits the beta. Oh, I saw what you sent me last night. Excellent. Thank you, Robin. What else we got going on here? Oh, you know what I need to do is send out, you know, there's something we didn't send out. Let me do that right now, too, at the same time. I didn't send out my weekend thing because, you know, today is kind of like the last day of the weekend. You know, because that's where we're at with this, you know, President's Day, and that's what we're doing here in the States. So let's go to there. Let's see if we can get it up on there. There it is. And let's go find it. And we'll send that out right now to you, and you know, the spreadsheet and all like that from the weekend. Usually I do that on a 3-day weekend. We end up doing it that way. Let's see. Right there. There we go. We'll get that spreadsheet opened up and sent out to you as we speak. Let's see, right there. What am I looking for here? Oh, I know. Didn't we send this over to us? We did. It should be in here somewhere. Good question here. And you can see the dollar index is still firm, you know, on that intraday, but it's just, you know, you can see how slow it is. You know, we're running on a 23, and it's only has 2 bars going. We've been watching that for like about 2 minutes or something like that. And let's just see where the downloads are. Let's go to sent, like that, and there we are. You can send this out to everybody. Today is the 19th, so we'll go with that, 19. And we'll put the charts in there, and we will send them out to everybody. There's the VIX, and then there is the Bitcoin, and then there is the Dow. Those 3. And then let's see if we can find one more. Do we have, let's see, downloads? 16th? No, we want the 19th. So let's minimize that. And go resend that too. That's odd. I thought I had sent that. Maybe it went into my, into those, what do you call those things? Spam. Could have gone into those spams. So I'll send a new fresh one over. Look how slow that's moving on the dollar index. Let's just go check something that has some life in it. I think it's stalled again. Because look at that. Oh no, there he is. Look how slow it's moving. It just moved 1 contract. And this is the S&P 500. Now it just moved again 5 contracts. So it is a slow, steady action. And I guess, you know, if we really go over, I guess let's go take a look at the euro. See how the euro's doing. Euro is still in that cell from here. So it's in from here, and it got down to there, which almost makes this distance to that distance. Oh, there it goes. Now they cleaned it up. How about that? So see, this is where we lost right here. We'll show you that. We always remind traders that when we lose on an intraday or a daily, what it does, now in this case here, I guess what you should do is we should get rid of that and make it the pink, you know, like the sell. So what we did is we went into a buy. We'll show you the whole action here, because I always think that's really cool. So it went into the buy right here, okay? And it only went up a little bit and then broke and lost this money right here. Right there, okay? Now, depending on how you run your stops and so forth, you know, it's hard to say if you lost money. You know, you might have had a stop here, or you lost a little money, or you lost all this. So then it goes into the sell right here, which is really cool. Right there, it goes into the sell at the same time where you lost money. And then, sure enough, this is the winner chicken dinner, basically. So basically it went into the cell right there. We'll go across and then bring it down, and it's still in the cell. And the reason why is, see, this one right here is still underneath. Even with the blue on the top, this is in the minus still, and this is in the minus still. So it went into the cell right here, and it played around. And if you put a stop in there, you know, in other words, if depending on how you do your stops and how you protect yourself, it'd be one way or the other. One here, you didn't lose any money, and one here, you just made a little money. Or if you're, you know, really not sloppy, but just risking more, here you lost this, and then you turned around and won this, which is 3 times more. The distance between here, basically, let's show you that. The distance between here and here, there's the loss. But then the distance between here and here is almost 3 times greater. And there's a great example of the way our math works. We don't tell you this to brag. We tell you this so that when you're following our math, you know, through the webinars, and you're following our math through the conversations, you have a general idea of that when we say we're 85%, or so actually it's 8.6 times out of 10, we're right. So what happens is that here we show it to you live. We're not showing it to you fake. We're showing it to you live. And so it shows you that if you follow the math, you are a winner by, you know, the daily or the weekly or whatever it is, depending on the range, or the intraday. You'll be a winner if you just follow the math. And that's why we set up that J4X formula. We call it the Doc's Manhattan indice. And, you know, it emulates us very well, you know, our Chicago quant technology indicators. It's not the best. It's a correlation of around, and again, it's interesting. It's almost 70%. It's like it's a 68.68 accurate to our math. Well, think about it. If you can be 0.68 to something that's 0.86, you're still on the winning side. Yeah, you're still on the winning side. So that's our math right there, and there's a perfect example of the action of it. All right, now, and to see 2 in a row is very rare of a loss. Usually it's, you know, it's 1 and then it slides back into gaining again. So, all right. Oh, what am I doing? I'm trying to send over. Where is it at? 3C. I guess. Oh, you know, I don't even think I did. Let's go see if we can send this over right now, and then we can send those charts out to everybody. So let's go like this. Right there. Then we call it, what is it, 19, like so. And then we attach it, like so. As the little thing spins around a little bit, trying to do its calculations. It'll come. It'll come. It's coming. It's coming. There it is. There it is. Let's put the 19 in there, and then we can send it out to everybody. What do we do? I guess we labeled it as 20, didn't we? That's what it is. We labeled it as 20. There we go. Open. There we go. We didn't label it 19. We labeled it 20. Only the currency people will be paying attention to it as a 19. So we go like this. We'll change the date on that too. 2-0. There we are. And attach. No, not there. Let's see. Right there. Download. Okay, let's try it now. Download. 20. And there we are. And now, Robin, you'll be able to see it too, the charts we send out for the weekend. And Janos will be able to see it and so forth. And whoever else gets our charts for free. For free. For free. Just a little advertisement for us. And you get the spreadsheet showing you where weeklies and dailies are and so forth. It's just a thing we do. We've been doing it because most of the people that get it are floor traders or old floor traders like Robin and I. And so we just keep in contact with them, and then when they die, we usually start getting things like rejections. And I don't start seeing little chit-chats from them anymore. Because most of the traders are way older than us, that's for sure. All right, so that went out the door. I'm happy about that. We got that taken care of. Now let's go back to anything anybody would like to see. If you'd like to see anything, let us know. We can go look at anything. There it is. All right, now we minimize that again. Oh, I know why I had that up there. Let's do this. So we go like that. There we go. Oh, that's so neat. Let's do this. Let's minimize that for the time being, and then I'll read that a little later. Let's see. Let's go like this. All right. Go like that. All right, traders. Now let's see what's. You're still looking at the euro. Look at that. The euro is marching up. It's trying to get back into that buy. There we go. Let's copy that. We go to home there. Go to the media. Like so. Let's see, connect it to here, charts, and we throw that thing up on LinkedIn every week. We throw a chart of the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Sometimes we'll put VIX up there too. Sometimes VIX is cool. Just especially when we see something unique going on with it, then it's well worth putting it on there. And there we go. All right, there it is. Huh. Nice. All right, we're going to minimize that. We'll go after that later on. All right, now we're back and done with that. Let's jump over to, like so. We are looking at the, let's see, so that's the intraday of the euro, which went into the buy right here. Let's grab this one right there and move it over. So it went into the buy right there. And it's doing its winner chicken dinner thing at the moment. Let's see if it keeps on climbing. Well, we're waiting to see how that goes. Let's see what the dollar index is doing. If we've got, oh, there we go. We got a third bar. No, we're still in the second bar. Is that right? Yeah, we're still in the second bar. How dead that poor thing is. But it's all right. Traders, that's the way it goes. It's a very mild product. Everybody watches, the cash currencies much more. So like the British pound and the euro, they're so much more dynamic, and everybody's interested in trading them more. And then today, I think what we'll do is we'll label this intraday trading. Intraday trading, how to win. How about that? Something like that. That sounds like a great title, Intraday win. Intraday trading. Because that's what we really are doing nowadays. We're really talking about all of it: weekly, daily, intraday, monthly, so forth. So, it gives us a good fighting chance to have a conversation with almost anybody out there that's interested in real trading. not fantasy make-believe stuff. And let's see. There we are. So that's the dollar index. Let's go back over to some of the other fun things. Let's see. Let's go check out. There's crude oil. Oh, we must have to put more days into it. That poor thing is not reflecting anything. So let's do this. That's what happens on Mondays. That's 2 days. That's not exciting. Maybe we have to put 3 days in there. That really will wake us up. Now we can see gold. Fortunately, gold is reflecting very clearly right there. You see, gold has is trying to jump into the buy right there, right now. And I guess if we give it a little bit more time, let's see what happens when we go back 2 days. It's 2 days now, so let's go to 3 days like that in gold. See if we can get more algorithm out of it. Yeah, there's gold. And gold was in the sell. This is where it went into the sell. Now that we can go back further and look at it. What's that? The third one from this. So 1, 2, 3. It went into the sell right here. And it's been in the sell all the way up to, went down to here. And now it's trying to get into the buy as we speak. Looks like it will do it. It still has a lot of room to go. But, it depends on how good you are with your stops. That's what it comes down to. There's cable. Cable went into the buy right there. 3 back. Right there. And you can see how it's winning. So, in other words, we're showing you live action. We can't fake it. If you're watching a chart system, you cannot fake it. It is what it is. Let's see. Title today. We're going to say title is Intra-Day Trading. That's going to be our title today, Intraday Trading. All right. From there, who should we look at? Anybody have an opinion on anything? Do you want to see anything? Let's see. There's the NQs. They're kind of quiet. They went into the sell right here. 3 back, right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. It went into the sell here. Took you on the wrong course for a while, but was still in the sell. And it's trying to get into the buy right here, right now. And that's got 491. That's what happens with this slow action. And that was right there. There was your buy, that action up there. It's President's Day in the United States. We're all closed. The exchanges are closed. It's only electronic trading. So, there's not a lot of participation, and that means a lot of times the world is kind of quiet also at the same time. When you take out when you take out the what do you call it? I guess about 60% of the world traders for the holiday, it really slows things down. Well, I tell you, Mr. Biden is out there making no sense anymore. You got these warmongers in government at this point. It's really irritating. Didn't have to let the invasion happen at all. Oh, look at that. That was a nice winner there, huh? Goes into the buy here. What is that? Which one's that? That is the dollar index. And zoom. It's like instant gratification. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Cool, cool, and cooler. All right. So that's intraday trading. We'd go back and forth intraday, daily, weekly. We'd do it all. We'd go back and forth. Let's take a look at the cable. There's the cable. Wow. Let's give it a spinny thing because it's so tight. So, yeah, look at that. Look how tight it is. We've we've made a box representing how tight it is. You can see it on there. We'll widen out more, and we'll show you the weekly buy right there. Went into that weekly buy. Matter of fact, we can blow this whole thing up. Let's make it the whole screen, since we don't have J4X working today. So you can see here, that's where it went into the buy, right there. And you can see it was in a weekly buy for a while, all the way up to there. So from down here at the yellow line, all the way past the blue line, even higher up. Now we've been in the sell from there, and it's really gone nowhere. And we really do, because of, let's show you, the rationale to why the markets have gotten this kind of quiet. The euro has done this, and even the cable has done it, of course, and the Swiss now, they're fighting inflation, but they're starting to get this way, very sideways. And let me show you why. It's because of this. Let's go to here, and we go to there. And this is the 30-year bond. This is the interest rates in the States. And when the bond price, what we're looking at right here, falls from 123 and change, no, actually almost 125 and change, or in this case here, 124 high change, so 124.20 or something like that, and has fallen now all the way down to 118, the price has gone down. Obviously, it's going down in value. The interest rates are rising. So when this is going up, interest rates are going down. When this is going down, interest rates are going up. And when interest rates in the United States are going up, what it does, it puts pressure on the currencies. In other words, people are buying dollars because they're getting a higher interest rate. It's like a carry trade. They're doing that because there's that opportunity. And so what it really comes down to is, it's a basic carry trade that doesn't hinder us. In other words, it's all based off of it's all based off what do you call that? It's based off of interest rates and inflation. And so that is the logic behind all of it at the end. Yep. Exactly. So that's where we are. All right. Now, from there, where do we go from here? Let's go take a look at the Swiss itself. Let's see what the Swiss is doing. And I thought that was a good example showing you the 30-year bond, how and why it is doing what it is doing. And there is the Swiss right there. And the Swiss, you can see it went into the weekly buy here and kind of bounced around and then made a pop. But right now the Swiss central bank is fighting inflation, so things have changed. Before it was one of the best performers for like 3 or 4 months. It was really great. We reminded people over and over again how good a performer it was. And then the Swiss National Bank actually came out and said, we're going to have to fight inflation for a little bit now. And that changed the whole action of it. It's readjusting, but the Swiss is still kind of trapped in, let's put it this way. Turkey would be very happy if it was trapped between 87 and, 0.887 and change to 88 and change. 0.8, that's it, not 88. Whereas, unfortunately, something like some of these currencies have gone awry, and they're trapped in this case here, 33, not 0.33, but 33. Yow, not even 1 point. Only one that's in 1 point is like the British pound. It's 1.27. The euro 1.07, and then you have the Turkish lira trading at 33 point, not 1 point. Ouch! And you see the same thing with the fixed Chinese yuan trading at 7 point something, and there's some really tough inflationary currency positions on, and it doesn't stop. That's the problem. It just doesn't stop. So, wow. All right. From the let's see, where do we go from here? We go over to the yen. Let's see what the yen's doing this morning. We'll show you everybody where they're at, their weeklies and so forth from the last week. Right there. There is, it's been in that weekly buy since back in here in the 145 area. It's trading in the 150-ish area or 149 area, right around there. There's 150. And there was 150 there, and then it's like 149.97, 149.97. And so, it's a definite inflationary explosion there going on. And then we go over to the Turkish lira that we talk about. And this product is, even more rambunctious. We're trading at an all-time closing price at the moment at 33.28. And the last all-time closing price was 2 days ago at 33.25. And so, there's a lot of pressure on some of these currencies. Here, we can say this. The yen went basically from like the 90.90 area up to the 1.50 area. Not that bad. It's not 2.0, thank goodness, compared to, say, some of these that we're looking at are they're 7.0 or 33.0. Then we go over to here. We go to the Canadian. Right there, you see that same situation, kind of hanging around in the 130s area. Nothing major. It's not really, it's staying in those ranges. It bounces between, say, the 140-ish down to like the 120-ish for the last couple of years. That's 1.20 versus like 1.25 versus 1.40. I mean, that's not exactly bad. It's not 2.0, not 33.0, not 7.0. And then we go over to the South African rand, which always identifies the action we're getting in the metals complex to begin with. You can see there it's been in a weekly buy. Oh, look at this. It's pushing into the weekly sell this week. See that right there? Right there. It's starting to generate a push into the sell side. When the South African rand, if that actually gets into a weekly sell, that could show signs of strength coming through the metals complex. And that is how it usually plays out, too. So we go from the South African rand, we'll go take a look at the four metals today. And the first one we'll look at is gold. And there's the gold. See, it's starting to rise. It's trying to lift up because the South African rand is actually showing some real signs of gaining strength against the dollar. And then the second one we look at is right there. That's silver. Silver has been in a buy. When it closed in the weekly buy last week. And you can see it's 3 days in a buy. It's a little down today. But overall, it is trying to climb up where it went into the buy. On the daily, it's still above it right there from 3 days back. And then from there, we go over to the copper. And this is basically the gold play in China in a sense. They treat copper like gold. You see it went into the weekly buy last week. Right there. And you see it's a gap up today. Trying to climb more, and it's in the second day of the buy. From there, we go over to the platinum, which has been really saying stuff to us, and we're not really sure what. But it's been showing strength, and we've been looking at that thinking, what does this mean? We've been in a daily buy for 4 days. You can see that there. At the same time, you can see the weekly didn't make it into the weekly buy on Friday, but it was very close. And we were in between the two manifolds right there. And then all of a sudden, today we have the fast breaking through. That's the weekly fast, getting through the zero line. And we're waiting to see what the green and the white histogram do. Try to climb up through the zero. And so that's the action we're seeing in the metals complex. So from there we go over to the energy complex. There you see a daily buy for 3 days in oil, and you can see we're going on a third week in oil, in a buy. So it's been battling from this low mid 70s to we're threatening the 80 area. It's like a $4 or $5 move over the last 6-7 days. Matter of fact, it went into the daily buy here at 73.45 and got into the sell after tipping the 78, almost the $79 area. Went 1 day in a sell and then back into the buy again, and then boom, So it's oil and the energy sector in between is still trying to lift. Now let's do this. We'll go over and look at Brent. And there's Brent, and this is on our beta. Right. There it is, right there. There's the Brent. Brent's been in a daily buy for a bunch of weeks. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's the daily right there. That's, you can see 6 days in a buy. Is that 6 days? Yeah, 6 days in a buy. 5 days in a buy. And then 3 more days, but 1 day pushed it into the sell from that move there. Then from here you can see we're 3 weeks in a buy, just like we are in West Texas Intermediate. And then let's take a look at, where's it at here? Let's see what we can see. There's natural gas right underneath it. Now natural gas is amazing. We're down into the almost the 1.5. It was like $3 and $4, no more back in January. You can see it was playing with almost the $4 area. And now we're down into the, we're at $1.50. We've dropped 40. From 3.5 to 1.5. We've dropped over 60%. It's a heck of a drop in price. 60, not 6%. 60% in the energy sector. And then from there, and we'll show it to you on the main platform too. Besides the beta, let's do that right there again. And so there's March crude. Let's go take a look at natural gas right there, and you can see it. It's trading at $1.55 as we speak, and it's been in a weekly sell for going on a 4th week now. So the pressure's on there. We did show you the energy right there, the strength of it right there, going on starting a 3rd week in the buy. And then we, where do we go from there? There's heating oil, the fuel that we use to heat our houses here in the Northeast. And you can see it's trying to get into a daily buy today as we speak. Went into a weekly sell last week, and it is instantly back into the buy. So they're not really that fast about getting rid of it. In other words, they're not worried about the price on it. And you can see gas, the actual crude oil itself is starting to make moves on the upside there. Now let's go back over to the beta. We're going to show you. We don't have the J4X today, but what we'll do is we'll show you the beta of the energy company over in Spain. Right there. And you can see it's dropped underneath the $23 area right there. See that? Right there. It's under 23 now. So we're seeing the energy prices basically back off, and it's a good thing. People need to be warm or they freeze to death. Speaking of which, I understand they just developed a new remedy for an injection for frostbite where you don't get amputated, which is really cool. So, something to think about. All right. I guess that's about it, traders. We're out of here. I guess that's where we are. Let me see where we at. Let me just double check this. We minimized it right there. So, let's see. I think we've been on there for a while now, haven't we? Let's see if we can see what the... I think we've been going for about 15. Oh, there it is. 55 minutes we've been on. Yeah. So, all right, traders, what we're going to do is we will catch you all tomorrow and see if we can get our J4X back up again. So, happy trails to you until we meet again. That'll be tomorrow, Tuesday. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. Later, traders. Catch you on the flip side, which will be Tuesday. Ta-ta for now. This is Doc saying, have a safe and smart trading day.